going, everybody? Leveling Diecast Matchbox collectors. It's been a bumpy road for the collectors thus far. We're going to just run through where we came from. So, number one was our Ford panel truck. And then, of course, we got the Bugatti Devo. That was the second one to come out. The third one was the Mitsubishi 3000 GT. And then, of course, the fourth one was that Lexus LX. And then the last one in the A case was this guy, the 2023 Nissan Z. That made up your first 5 in the mix. And then we got the B case. So number 6, 70 Oldsmobile 442, which was a new casting. So that one came out. We also got the Porsche Cayenne Turbo, which was number 7. Throw that guy up there. A 64 Buick Riviera, rounded out for number 8. Another brand spanking new casting was the 74 Toyota Celica GT Liftback. There was a wheel variation on this one as well. It was produced in basically equal parts. And then the very last one in the B case was the BRZ. Again, another brand spanking new casting. So that mix got 3 brand new castings. And then we have mix number 3. So pick this up from J-Car as normal. Feels like this has been in process for a billion years. Matchbox Collectors is getting very difficult to find. I don't want to say the writing's on the wall, but I can tell you that it doesn't look good. Based on this PO number, you see 2024 June. So these have been on order for quite some time, and they just barely popped up. So we'll go ahead and crack the case, and then we will, of course, crack all the models. So there should be 20 models total for the year. Hopefully we'll hit that mark. First 2 batches we did hit 10. So this batch should theoretically have 5 models released in it, hopefully. We'll see. So we'll just start from the top. Brand spanking new casting for collectors. Brand spanking new casting for this year. This is the second time, though, that we are seeing the 93 BMW M3. This one in shell deco, which looks very, very, very good. The first release of this one we saw was in the Mattel Creations line. So we got that in Mattel Creations. There are two of those in this mix, so very, very happy about that. So 2 of those. Next one up in the mix, another brand spanking new casting. This is the 32 Ford Model Roadster. Not really model Ford. I feel like the words are not Ford Model Roadster. That just doesn't sound right. Anyways, this is another brand spanking new casting. This is a bit of a disappointment. The original deco for this was black with flames on the front. Very typical, rat rod kind of look to it. It was designed, deco was designed by Michael Heralda. The blue brand told Matchbox no. They told them you are not allowed to have flames on a car. Since when did Hot Wheels own the rights to have flames on a car? That's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. But that's why one of the reasons why I think this case was a little bit delayed is because they had to come up with a new deco for that. So 2 of those in there. Next one up, another brand spanking new casting, 1969 Audi 100 Coupe S. Again, brand spanking new casting for collectors, brand spanking new casting for this year. Put that guy to the side. We do get 2 of those models. So 2 of those. So 2 of everything thus far. Next one up, this is your 80 Mercedes-Benz 450 SEL in gold, which looks very, very, very nice. I don't know why we still can't get chrome. This is a premium line. Why can't we get some chrome? Really needed some chrome on that, but that's just what it is. And then there is the Unimog. So only 1 of those Mercedes and only 1 Unimog in the mix. Throw the box out of here. There is your Mercedes-Benz Unimog U1300. So we will go through these in order. We'll put these in, let's see, 15, 14, 13, 12, and 11. All right, number 11, going through in order. We'll jump from 10 to 11. That is, of course, the 69 Audi 100 Coupe S, brand spanking new casting for collectors, brand spanking new casting for 2024. So we'll get this popped out of there. Get this popped out of the clamshell. Take a look at the box real quick. The box art looks pretty good. Wheels don't look quite that good as the box art indicates, but I still think it's pretty nice. I always like to critique the blueprints here on the model. This one actually looks to be pretty good. Doesn't look like they really have any overlapping issues. They've actually done a pretty good job. But other than that, just a standard quote box. So we will put number 11 up there. So your number 11 for the year. There is our brand new casting, the Audi 100. This looks very, very good. Full decals on the front, which look pretty good. Details look pretty good on that as well. The 3-spoke kind of classic wheel, it works for this model. It works for this model. That is a metal base. So very, very nice to see a metal base on there. 1414 is the man number for this brand spanking new casting. Very, very cool to see a metal base on that one, though. See some chrome bits that is part of either the casting or the interior. We'll take a look at it in a minute. Decals on the back look pretty good. A little itty bitty, teeny tiny exhaust there on the bottom. And then super, super, super dark tinted windows. I mean, ridiculously dark tinted windows. They're almost black, which is just crazy. Just super, super crazy. This is left-hand drive. I don't think there's going to be right or left-hand drives, but just want to point that out. And then a little bit of print on the top. Just say Audi Coupe S. And then a little bit of print on that D pillar, maybe C pillar on that one as well. It's a very, very nice casting. No opening or moving features on this one. So the bumpers are added on pieces. So the interior is not chrome. The interior is black. Could be painted, but those are likely going to be extra pieces. I think the Matchbox team is doing a little bit better job to make the castings a little bit more diversified. All right, Mercedes-Benz 450 SEL. I believe this is the first time we're seeing this in premium. This has been in moving parts. We've had a couple of releases for this in moving parts. It was made more of a nostalgic kind of casting. I don't think it's particularly tailored to the current market, but they did do this casting as part of the nostalgic value of Matchbox for sure. The collector's line is definitely aimed a little bit more at the collecting and the history of Matchbox. There is the card art. Looks pretty good. There is the blueprints. It makes it look like an off-road vehicle very, very much. It looks very off-roady there too, but especially right here. Not really sure why they like the look of that, but it is what it is. Nice to see the little Mercedes logo on the front for number 12. Of course, that Mercedes logo is not on the casting. There is print on the grille, print on the headlights, although it looks nothing like a Mercedes with the grille print and everything. That looks nothing like a Mercedes whatsoever. And I'm not sure exactly if it's because of the bumper contrasting or if it's just the way that the prints are for the headlights, but that does not look like a Mercedes at all. As far as the wheels go, it's a very interesting choice for the wheels. They do use those newer kind of disc hub wheels. It's a newer wheel that's on there. They do have a chrome ring with a gold hub, which is kind of interesting. It looks pretty good on the box art, but the model is not executed all that well. I think it would have looked better if they would have used the same brown from the casting on the hub. But of course, real riders. There's all real riders on here. There is the base deeds. This is not a metal base. This is a plastic base. This, like I said, came from moving parts. So since it did come from moving parts, it does have opening feature. The doors open. The interior is pretty lackluster. It's pretty much the way it is with all mainstream models these days. Decals on the back look very, very good, though. We'll get that up there. It just says Matchbox. So Blissy 80, I guess, is what the translation is there. 450 SL on the back. Prints look very, very good. I do like the color. I think the gold is fantastic. Really, really cool details there. I like the wheel choice, just not the color choice that they use for the wheels. And of course, the tires make it look like the ring is like chopped up. That's a issue that Matchbox is going to have to work on with these rail riders, because I think that happens when they push the rubber onto the hub itself. All right, moving on to another brand spanking new casting. Yes, in case you guys haven't realized, this is pretty much a German-themed release of Matchbox Collectors. 93 M3. Now, the funny thing about this particular casting, a lot of people have criticized it for its moving part. And, most people will say, well, why would you criticize it for a moving part when that's clearly a bonus. I'll get to that in 1 second. There is the box art. The box art looks absolutely fantastic. I love the way this looks. Shell deco on there. A lot of people thought this was going to be the Mattel Creations one, but this ended up not being that. Super, super cool seeing that with no decos on it. No outlines of shells or nothing like that. Just the car. It looks so good. It looks so good. That looks like a proper M3. I really, really, really like that look. That is a super cool box art, I'm not going to lie. Now, they criticized the moving feature on this because the moving feature actually works incorrectly. So if you know anything about the M3, you know that the hood does not open this way. The hood opens the opposite direction. Now, in Matchbox's defense, they will state that it is a race car, so it is different, which I do believe there have been M3s, the race cars, that do open their hoods this direction, but I feel like that's just a little bit of a cop-out, so it is what it is. So if they ever put like a regular deco on this model, it'll be a little bit of a hard sell. But anyways, there is the details underneath the hood. We do not get any print underneath there whatsoever. No print on the engine whatsoever. The hood does not stay up all that well, but there's some pretty good details in there. The hood does open very, very nicely. There is the print on the front. It does say M3 in the grille, Matchbox shell. Again, you're really, really, really up close with the decos, so they don't look anywhere near as grainy as they do. Kind of the way it's coming through now. You'll see there is a roll cage on the inside of this casting. So that is very, very cool. Very, very cool little feature in there. Something that you wouldn't expect to get from Matchbox. Uses the 5-spoke rail rider just in white. No prints, no nothing on it. But I think it looks okay. I think it's sellable. There is the prints on the back. Look pretty good. Again, M3, BMW, all that good stuff like that. Rally logo there on the bottom. Number 58. So, gee, I wonder why there's a 58 on there. Anyways, there are prints on the top as well. So El Segundo team on there. The other thing about this is the word on the street is this was designed during COVID. And so I guess M3s didn't exist during that time for reference, I guess. Anyways, there is the Deets right there. You see it is 2021 Mattel. So this casting has been in the works forever. You see the man number is a very low number comparative to where we are now, 1312. This is over 100 castings prior to that Audi that we just saw. So that tells you how long it's been since this one has just been kind of, I guess, in limbo. I don't know really why it took them so long to bring that casting out, but at least we got it now. All right, moving on to the fourth one in the mix, which personally I think is going to be the best one, just probably in my opinion. The Mercedes-Benz Unimog U300. Really, really stoked to get this one in premium. I really, really like the Unimog. It's such a cool casting. Matchbox did a fantastic job with that particular casting. There is the box art. Of course, it doesn't take up as much of the box. They do shrink down the picture of it just a little bit so it doesn't cover up the print there. And then there is the blueprint of it, which looks especially nice. I really, really like the way that that looks. See, there's a little bit of white lines that go through for the lights that protrude out. So I'm a little bit anal. I'll just point those things out, but the blue print looks pretty good on it still. So number 14. There is our Unimog right there in kind of a modern Matchbox flavored camo deco. This is all matte paint. It's actually got a little bit of a texture to it. Actually looks really, really, really good. Uses the same 3-spoke. Actually, no, that is the newer off-road wheel that they use. Same tire, though. Pretty much everything else, but the hub on there is a newer hub that they've been using for a little bit. Deco on the side just says Matchbox on there. There's a little bit of a plaque there at the bottom. Just maybe like 114.8. I'm not exactly sure what that's supposed to indicate. Prints on the front look pretty average. It does have your Mercedes-Benz logo on there. Really disappointed we couldn't get a little bit of print in the bumper here. We've gotten print on those on the main lines a bunch of times, but you couldn't get just a little bit more print, Matchbox team. Also, couldn't get a little bit of print for the taillights on there. That's a bummer. Again, 58 on the back. Pretty obvious who designed these. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure Mike Aralda designed all of the decos for this particular release. And then there is the base Deets. Nothing new with this one. 2006, still the original copyright date. It does have a trailer hitch on the back too. Just want to point that out. I still think this is probably going to be my favorite one, but I am definitely disappointed that we lacked quite a bit of print for what should be a premium release. All right, number 15. So 5 per mix thus far. So we got 5 more models to go for the year. 32 model Ford Roadster. Ford Model Roadster. Ford Roadster model. It should just be called a Ford Model A Roadster. I'm not really sure why they got to play with the words on it, but it just doesn't roll off the tongue like you'd expect. It just doesn't. This is a brand spanking new casting. Again, like I said, the blue brand, Hot Wheels, ruined it like they do with everything on planet Earth, including the hobby. There he is. The deco looks pretty good. I'm not going to lie. They you can see all the see-through. You can see all the suspension components and everything like that showing through the tire and stuff like that. It's inevitable. No matter how many of these they release, there's always going to happen. They're never going to fix them all. I just think it's a little bit amusing to me. So there is our Model A Roadster. So like I said, this had to be a new deco. I do like this deco. I think the deco looks good. It does use that newer. It's kind of between a Volkswagen and Mercedes wheel with the disc hub on there. Of course, they make it in 2 different sizes. There's a little bit of detail in the wheel, which definitely looks very Volkswagen-like. But it's very hard to see those details because they're just in the plastic. But this casting looks pretty good. You can see a little bit of detail down in there for the pedals and stuff like that. I think they did a pretty good job of replacing the deco on here. Very, very disappointed that they couldn't release the black one with flames on it. There is the decos on the front. Headlights, grille done up. This does have a nice metal base, so quite a bit of metal to this particular casting. So 2 of these new castings have metal bases, which is very, very nice. There is the deets on the bottom. MB 1408 is your man number for this one. See, 2022 Mattel. This one's been delayed a little bit as well. Basically just because of that deco. It actually got into FEP status before they pulled the plug on it. Well, Hot Wheels pulled the plug on it because, Hot Wheels is good at ruining everything. They're very, very good at ruining stuff. So there you go. That is the latest mix of Matchbox collectors. I'm sorry it took so long. I've been trying to get this mix forever. Can't find it in the stores. Finally, a hobby dealer finally got it. But that means mix number 4 will probably be right around the corner. We got 5 more models to go for the year. Let me know what you guys think about those. Let me know your thoughts on this 32 Roadster. Definitely sound off in the comments and voice your frustration if you have the same frustrations I do. So anyways, we're going to roll out. Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Lip and Dakir.